Hello, I'm Jesse Johnson. This is the fall of Islam in 10 to 20 years. There are 21 big and small reasons Islam will meet its demise in 10 to 20 years. The process has already started. First, share this video and subscribe. For all videos, write Jessie, Jessie, Jesse Johnson, Flat Earth into YouTube. Islam is the most socially poisonous political ideology that has ever been produced and created. In 1,405 years, Muslims have killed 270 million to 280 million humans, seeking to subjugate all humanity, more than any single group on earth. Islam is a political system, not a religion. Islam uses religious clothing to cover a political body, to achieve its political agenda of killing every human on earth who refuses to be Muslim or a Muslim slave. The Quran, in chapter 9, verse 29, tells all Muslims what to do to make this come about. The Quran, the version of N.J. Dawood, D-A-W-O-O-D, states, "Make war on all such as those who believe not in Allah and the last day." The Quran comes in 30 to 35 different versions. There is no single original Quran, and never was, not even from the beginning. Muslims have two general ways to take over: by sword, gun, and bomb, or simply physical war, or by infiltration of the political system, by becoming mayors, governors, prime ministers, judges, senators, etc. The Quran is a book of genocide against the whole of humanity and the rape of female children, etc. The Quran is the most socially poisonous and socially destructive book ever written and produced. Islam should have never come into existence, but it has, and we have to kill Islam dead, using every and all means at our reach. Islam is dying for two general reasons. A, from external forces, and that means everyone against Islam. And B, internal forces, Muslims against Muslims. Here are 21 reasons on why and how Islam is slowly being killed. Number one, poverty, in the forms of economic poverty, educational poverty, mental poverty, spiritual poverty, physical poverty, social community poverty, scientific poverty, cultural poverty, moral poverty, ethical poverty. We'll go to number two now. Infighting, infighting, or Muslims against Muslims, in the forms of political and religious factions, F-A-C-T-I-O-N-S, of which there are more than 74 worldwide. Political and religious ideology divisions. We'll go to number three. Every country that is non-Muslim is throwing out or about to throw Muslims out for trying to destroy those nations' governments and judiciaries. We'll go to number four. The internet, or the World Wide Web, information freedom worldwide, giving Muslims the right to question everything and the right to leave the death cult of Islam without being killed for doing so. We'll go to number five. Anti-productivity in all areas, producing a hollowed out cultures of anti-creative populations. We'll go to number six. Islam is an oppressive, suppressive, mentally repressive, total set of anti-human, anti-humane, and anti-humanitarian, totalitarian, authoritarian, political ideologies, having 0% rights, 0% freedoms, but only privileges. We'll go to number 7. The basic elements of the political ideology of Islam is A. Sex in the form of oppression of women, child molesting culture of pedophile rape. B. Violence of the form of genocide against all non-Muslims, instituting worldwide oppression and physical slavery. We'll go to number 8. The incomprehensible, reprehensible sex life of their Muslims' false prophet of being a homosexual infant molester, homosexual child molester pedophile, adult to adult homosexual, heterosexual child pedophile, rapist, adult women multi-rapist, necrosexual, that means sex with dead female bodies, zoocast bestiality, that means copulating with goats and camels. This is what the Muslim's prophet in fact was, according to the hadiths, which is the second highest authority in all of Islam, etc. He was also a misogynistic hater of women, fornicator, adulterer. He also broke all 10 commandments. He was a warlord and a mass murderer, etc. We'll go to number 9. He had nothing but contempt and disrespect for all other belief systems, political and religious, and the attacking of all of the other belief systems. The Quran reads, "Whoso have a belief other than Islam, it shall never be accepted of them." We'll go to number 10. 1 second, please. Because of what Islam or Muslims, using their ideology of Islam, have in fact done to others in 1,405 years, committing more genocides against others than any other single group, more child rape and child beheading, more children than any other group on earth, enslaved several millions of white Europeans, burned down thousands over that amount of time, burned down thousands of churches, synagogues, India temples, and Buddhist temples. We'll go to number 11. Islam will die out because it is the largest cult on earth, a cult of death. You are killed if you leave Islam, and you are killed if you don't join and become a Muslim. We'll go to number 12. Islam is a totalitarian, authoritarian political belief ideology. There are about 57 Islamic nations, each one at its core a rotting away failed state, and anywhere Islam takes over becomes a rotting away failed state. Anti-true education, misogynistic, that means hating women, misogynistic, pro-indoctrination of women and all females. We'll go to number 13. Islam will die out because it is an anti-life and anti-human life. Also, Islam is also anti all 11 universal institutions of humanity. That means it is anti-art overall, anti-economic. It will never get up economically. Therefore, all Islamic nations are failing economically. Islam is also anti-education, pro-indoctrination. It is also anti-family. Islam is also anti-law forms of laws. It is also anti-medical, using non-working remedies from 1200 years ago. It is also anti-mass media. Hold on a second, please. It is also anti-mass media. Unless it fits the propagation and propaganda of the poisonous Islamic narrative, Islam suppresses it. Islam is also anti everyone else's political system. Islam is pro-poverty. Instead of anti-poverty, Islam is pro-poverty, especially mental and spiritual poverty. Islam is also anti-religion, which includes to be against all religions, ancient and recent religions, except Islam itself, taken as a religion of which it is not. Islam is a political system. We'll go to number 14. Islam is anti-education. It has produced no new books for centuries. It is anti-science. No discoveries, no inventions, no advancements, no patents, etc. It is oppression of females from education, and if Muslims become educated, they leave Muslim countries, producing brain drain on those countries, producing even more ex-Muslims. We'll go to number 15. A major thing that is ripping Muslim countries apart is the pandemic of drugs. It is at crippling levels, pervasiveness. We'll go to number 16. Islam is the refusal Number 16, the refusal to remove religious political systems such as Islam from authority is one of the reasons Islam itself and Muslim countries are dying, and from Islam from authority and governing positions. The putting Islam into the highest position spells 100% death to a city, to a state, to a province, or a nation. Sure death. Number 17. The reason Islam is dying is because it is too rigid. It is an anti-social system. It has no flexibility. Its main solution to most human behavior is to kill the person, or to cut off or chop off limbs of hands and feet. Number 18. We'll go to number 18. Muslims have had the only true world war against all humanity. What is called World War I and World War II of Europe was never against the total human race. Islam is, still is, and was. And for 1,405 years, Muslims have committed over 780 major wars and over 200 minor wars, trying to subdue and subjugate all humanity. Thousands of genocides, millions of acts of terrorism. To the present day, just as their Quran dictates, demands, and commands them to do. We'll go to number 19. The ecological living system of Islamic islands, cities, and whole countries is mismanaged and shattered. More people are leaving Islam and exposing it for what it truly is, the most extreme, anti-social, poisonous system on earth. We'll go to number 20. Even Muhammad, the Muslims' false prophet, prophesied that Islam as a whole would fall and die out. First Medina, then Mecca, then all Islam is what the Muslims' prophet prophesied. We'll go to number 21. Losing wars with others after preaching, predicting, and prophesying that Allah is the crescent moon god with 3 daughters from ancient Petra, Jordan. Losing wars with others after preaching, predicting, prophesying that Allah would let them win all of it. This destroys morale. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching, and we shall meet again on the next video. Thank you for listening and watching once again.